Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's show. I am your host, GM of Team Ramrod, and with me this week, as always, I have co-commissioner, uh, Lone Wolf GM Corey.
Yep. New team name. Uh, Thanks for having me. Been a little late in the week this week, but you know what? Better than not at all.
Yeah, boys, my schedule's just been crazy with work, so it is what it is. And this week we might be on a little bit of a time constraint. We're gonna try not to rush through, but if we need to rush through, we're gonna rush through.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
so
and
let's
we'll choose where to rush through. Like Mark, we'll rush through his stats.
We'll might as well get into it so we don't waste too much time dilly-dallying here. Let's talk about your victory over Captain Crunch last week. 10-2 victory. What happened here?
Yeah, my team had a pretty solid week. Um, Really, from the get-go, I had a pretty commanding lead and never really looked back. It was nice. This is the first week of the year that it was really not lopsided, where I felt like I was going to lose no matter what, but at least the other way. Um, we both had decent weeks by the end of it. His player stats were a little rough. I know he has a lot of injuries going on. He also has a lot of man games going towards goalies. So he did kick my butt, saves and goalie wins. But I chose to sat Wolf on Sunday, just not really give it a chance for anything to happen because I had the lead there. Goals again, or I mean shots, hits, blocks. I had a pretty commanding lead there. We both ended up with a shorty. 51 pims on the week for me. Pretty big week to his 14. It was a pretty comfortable week for me there. I know nothing good to say about you, Domo, but give me a reason to say something good, and then we'll talk about you. Um, as for players who contributed, the player of the week, Rasmus Anderson, 2 goals, 7 assists, +5, really carried the offense there. 7 shots, 9 blocks. John Carlson, 5 assists, +5 for me. Um, and then Matt Coronado picked him up. Scoronado, as Domo would call him, because that's all he did was score against you. 3 goals, 2 assists. So it's a pretty balanced offense outside of a few guys there. Um, had picked up Lomberg from a trade, 10 pins right off the bat. A few big trades. You can see a lot of players changed this week for me. But Bennington, actually, the goalie of the week for me, Wolf, not doing anything positive. He did have a decent Sunday when I didn't play him, but moving on to Domo's team, Elias Peterson putting up 3, Braden Bowen putting up 3 for him, Brock Faber 2 goals, 2 assists, Kempe putting up some depth stats, only the 1 goal in the week, a little bit of a slower week for him. But no, he didn't really have a whole lot going on. Kyle, 11 hits, so a little bit slow in the production, but still putting up the deep stats there. And then his goalies just did not have a week. I mean, 2 of them didn't play. Jerry was hurt, so it's understandable. But Schmid is killing it for him. Outside of him, uh, don't know if he'd win very many goalie stats this season. He's been doing great in Vegas with Hill's absence. So yeah, anything you want to say about this one?
No, not really.
Yeah, didn't think so. All
And
right,
then say
moving
we'll
on.
just stretch this out, like, and then
Yeah,
we don't got
yeah.
time for me to waste jibber jabbing.
All right, let's see here. You jibber jabber with this one
Yeah, well, my
because I
players
because I
didn't
was
show
told
up.
that if your goalies are going to win the week, your week depends on the goalies. So if your goalies win the week, you'll win the week. Is what I was told
No,
two
I
weeks
said
ago.
if they play well, and they didn't even play well.
No,
They got me
actually,
some points, but they did not play well.
that's a fair statement. Um,
But look at this, like minus 17. Like, what were my players doing? 8 goals, 11 assists. Like, he had more goals than I had points.
yeah,
Like, my guys just didn't show up. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
4. Yeah, you won goals against, shutout, save percentage, win. So 4 or 5 are from the goalies. He beat you in saves, but then 9 out of 10 player categories. Um,
yeah.
so let's look at a few injuries on your team. A lot of red here in the minus. Latang -6, Hyman -5, McDavid -4. Um, there you go. That's what they were doing.
Edmonton's just
Hell,
bad.
yeah, Hellebuck with no games, right? Being hurt, so that doesn't help. But none of your goalies really showed. Bob with 2 wins in a shutout, but still only averaging 859 on the week. See
Yeah, he
Kyle's
got
players
lit
here
on Monday night. Like
right off the bat.
he won 7-5, but he got lit.
Yeah, yeah. Kyle Fantilli here, 4 goals on the week. Will Smith, another rookie, 4 assists. Darlene, 5 assists plus 6. Uh, Troy Terry, he's been a little bit more consistent this year. 2 goals, 3 assists. Same with Reinhardt. Ovi putting the puck in the net. Back to normal here. 5 goals, one
He got a
assist,
hat trick
six.
in the one game.
Yeah. And then if you look at his goalies, Skinner, the only one who got him a win on the week. Um, and yeah, just no one really showed up for him in nets, but he didn't need them to. So
Yeah.
so good on Kyle to get the win here.
My team didn't show up at all, so
Yeah.
that's why even we'll talk about it later, but I made a trade with Kyle. Made an ad drop pick for me for an injured guy who's coming back soon, and I was like, I can risk it. I'm not coming back this week, so
Yeah. You accepted the it's one week, right? That's what you gotta look at it as. So
yeah, that's it.
uh Jager bombs. Formerly the Braden bye week, uh winning 8-4 over Patches of Hooligan here. Jager bombs second win on the year, going to 2-5. Patches now 4-3, sitting in fifth place. Jagerbom's team really showed up offensively here. 15 goals, 25 assists, 4 game winners. Um, Took shots as well with like a 20 shot lead. Um, and then goalie wise, split across the board really, just 2-1 goalie stats here for Jagerbombs over Patches. Um,
All of them close.
yeah, very, very close. 0.06, sorry, 0.006 save percentage difference. 2.6 goals against average, 7 saves difference. Really close week here. Patches players, uh, with the grit, 64 PIMs, 52 hits. So their team really showed up that way. Just the offense didn't go with it. Only 7 goals, 10 assists on the week here. Taking a look at Braden's team, Calgary having a good week. Nazem Kadri, 7 assists, 3 power play, 6 hits. Like I think, yeah, see Kadri on them beat Patches in power play points. Gwensel here, 4 goals, 1 assist, 2 power play points. Werenski, 3 goals, 5 assists, -1 though. So still let in a bunch. 19 shots, 5 hits, 4 blocks. So quite the week for the D man. Noah Dobson, 2 goals, 2 assists. Theodore, 2 goals, 3 assists. So a lot of offense coming from the D men here. Sam Bennett, 1 goal, 2 assists, 6 PIMs, 8 shots, 7 hits. So pretty well balanced week. And then Ottinger into Smith really carrying the way in the goalie stats. Dallas playing well, and then Gibson is 1 game, letting in 5 though. But moving over to Patches here, a lot of red and green plus minus. Um, no one really did anything. Like Kyle Connor, 1 goal, 2 assists. Caulfield, 3 assists. Those are his leading scorers on the week. So just an off week from a lot of big names on his team too.
Well, Winnipeg had a light schedule in defense to Connor,
Yeah.
so
And then Gouda, 17, 8 shots, 17 hits, 9 blocks. Got a fight too. He scored a goal. You're not going to get that every week out of him, but um, yeah. And then in goalie wise here, Montreal has not been the team they were earlier in the year for him. Kemper's still being strong as usual. No wins, a lot of close battles, putting up a 2G goals against average, 922, just 0 wins. Uh, Probably hoping to bounce back next week here. Anything to add about that one?
no, not really.
All right. Moving on. Well, I don't know. We have a match of the week.
No, we
Yeah,
didn't
we
have
do.
one,
Yeah, I
right?
thought. Yeah, we said it would be the last one. So the Sean and
It
Travis
was
here.
weird. Like I don't know. I don't even know if it has one this week. Let me take a look.
Yeah. But anyways, a big match here.
It doesn't have one either this week.
So we're gonna self-assign a match based
Oh,
on
I like
standings.
that. Yahoo gives a new feature that we're interested in. They just take it away.
Yeah, yeah. Finally, something we like. Don't try the beef tying. Forgot about Dre. Daltrey finally. not winning a week, 6-0-1, still in first place. And now Dre, 2-3-2 in 12th place. Um, this was a matchup. I think if either of these teams faced off against somebody else, they won. Um, this really was a huge week. If you go goalie stats here, Daltrey winning three categories, Nick winning two, so getting the majority of the starts essentially. 5 wins and 180 saves, only winning by 1 win and 8 saves. But his two shutouts was not enough for a point. His
Yeah.
918, his 225 goals against average, not enough. Daltrey getting three shutouts in his 4 games with his Minnesota guys. The 956, 130 goals against average. Um, Huge for him. Just insane.
I also want
Player
to point out
wise,
game-winning goals here.
yeah, exactly. Now we're one of the player wise. 12 goals, 14 goals for Dre, really close, still respectable. But 5 game-winning goals for Daltrey to Nick's 4. So 5 game winners on 12 goals is insane. Um, Plus minus of only a difference of 6. Daltrey winning that. Nick winning by 10 assists, 23 to 13. 6 PIMs difference. 4 shots difference favorable of Nick. 71 to 58 hits. So just grindy as hell. Um, and the only really not close category was power play points, where Nick won 9-2. Like, just what a matchup. Um, there could be a
Yeah.
lot of players here to call out. Stutzel 10 hits on the week and so many points. McKinnon 3 goals, 1 assist. Veras a goal, 2 assists. Um, Zadarov even 3 assists, 12 shots, 7 hits, 8 blocks. A lot of PIMs here too between them. Zadarov 6, Sergachev 6. Uh, and you go to goalies. All three of his goalies with the shutout. Wallstead, Decord, and Gustafsson. Gustafsson only the one start, 19 save shutout. Wallstead got 3 starts, I believe, two wins and a shutout. Um, and Decord in a few games, only 1 win, still posting a 940 on the week, 79 saves. So like 3 games there to only have the 1 win, and he had to get a shutout for it. Just insane goaltender numbers. Going over to Dre, Voronkov 2 goals, 2 assists, 7 hits. Draisaitl a goal, 4 assists. Um, Tom Wilson been a killer week. 2 goals, 2 assists, +4, 7 PIMs, 9 shots, 14 hits, and 6 assists. Um, 14 like is almost half of some teams' hits I've seen this week. Kucherov 2 goals, 4 assists, +2, 4 PIMs, even 2 power play points, 2 game-winning goals. Like just some unreal numbers. Then getting to his goalie stats, Rittich as a stream here, getting a shutout for the Islanders. Blackwood getting a shutout. Not surprising with Colorado winning. But Vasilevsky with 2 wins, posting a 0.99 and a 965, though. It was really the could have put up some bigger numbers if he didn't pick up Quick or Soderblom for some starts. If he just stuck with his guys. But still insane week. Anything you want to say to this one?
No, it was like I said, both of them put up crazy numbers, and they probably would have beat most teams this week.
Yeah, no, that's a fun one to see. Unfortunate they both got a point, but unfortunate they should have both had two, I guess. Um, Moving on here. Tage against the machine, trying to climb up the ladder. Mark winning 9-5 over Derek, the Shifley
A
Tower.
rare win.
Yeah. Mark now 2-4-1 on the year, should be 3-4. Derek now 3-4 on the year. The goalie stats, Mark didn't get any. Derek, 4 of his 5 categories here were in goalie stats.
I heard
Um,
his goalies are really good.
yeah, I heard that too. Um, Mark not putting up bad numbers. A 903, 167 saves, 3 wins. Just not the matchup there. But he didn't need them. Taking 9 player categories. Derek putting up plus 13, but it wasn't enough against Mark, who was plus 17. He got a shorthanded point, but Mark had two. Mark's offense was really lethal this week: 22 goals, 22 assists, um, 30 PIMs, 108 shots. So three game-winning goals. So big on Mark's offense here. We'll take a look and see who carried the way. For Derek Wise, Alex Tuck, goal, four assists, nine hits as well. Bouchard, four assists, plus five. Kind of funny because like McDavid was so bad this week for plus minus, but then Bouchard is like the opposite. Uh, Samuelson at Buffalo, two goals, two assists, plus seven, four shots, five hits, eight blocks. Shifley, four apples. Winnipeg. Uh, then goalie wise here, we got Swayman with one win, Allmark with two, Vladar with two, and Philly, the clear starter there. 936 for Swayman and 909 for Allmark. Just a very balanced goaltending. A lot of starts here. Anderson getting a start, but it's only one. That was really a bad start for him, it seems. Moving over to Mark, carried the way offensively. Uh, Celebrini, four goals, three assists, three power play points. Tage Thompson, four goals, one assist, four hits, getting a little bit of grit there. Boldy, three goals. Sorry, I don't know if the hat trick, three goals, one assist. Hagel, two goals, two assists. Chitrin, two goals, four assists. Heischer, it's been hot since I traded into him. Three goals, one assist this week. Even better this current week. And Cooley, one goal, one assist, 10 pips. Uh,
He's even
so
better this week. He started off
yeah,
the week with a
I know,
four-goal game,
I
including
know.
his shorty.
After I tried to trade for him, then the price went up after that game. Greaves, two wins, looking good in Columbus. Wool coming back from injury, just in time for Stellars to go out. Um, get one win, but no, his goaltenders, Marshall, his prodigy in Pittsburgh, pulled his goalie stats down for the week, so he didn't get any points, but did not need it. Big win for Mark. Anything you would like to add there?
No, not really. I'm trying to keep it quick because I'll just ramble.
Ah, moving on. Neil, the House of Kirill, winning against Shane's farm team. Kyle. Neil now 3-3-1 in seventh place. Kyle 2-3-2 in 13th place. Starting to slide a little bit here. Nick had two wins in a row, or Neil, sorry, two wins in a row. Looking at the stats overall, they both put up a shutout, but Neil taking four of the goalie stats. Um, and then if you want to look at his players, it was actually 4-3 for Kyle.
Look how
They
close that
tied they
was too.
tied in shorthanded points and game-winning goals.
Every one of
Um,
those stats could have went either way.
yeah, two goals difference, three apples, plus
That
three
maybe hits.
difference. Yeah, hits 20 difference in favor of Neil, quite the grittier team, but power play points two, blocks four. So really close matchup here. Neil's goalie is carrying the weight, bringing him the win. Going through Bedard, another hot week, three goals, two assists, six pims, game winner, 13 shots, two hits, four blocks. Geeky, three goals, 11 shots, nine hits. Pretty solid week there. Eichel, two goals, three assists. Um, and Marner with a pretty slow week. I was going to say his keepers were doing really well there.
Marner
Then
with a
goalie
big giveaway
wise,
too, eh, on that overtime game.
yeah, nice assist. Not this one though. Then Wedgwood, still hot as hell. Colorado probably going to get half the starts, say, with how he's been playing. So it's good for him, considering he has both Vancouver goalies currently injured. I know we picked up the third string, but two wins for Wedgwood, one shutout, 927. Um, Lankinen not putting up some good numbers here, an 800 save percentage. Uh, yeah, going over to Neil's team here. Kaprizov, two goals, two assists. The Banajab, Pasternak, three assists apiece. Cutter Gauthier, one goal, four assists, plus five.
It's on fire.
Um, Aho, good week, one goal, two assists. 4 PIMs, a power play point, a shorthanded point, 4 hits too. Uh, and then looking at the goalie stats, so Sorokin here, 1 win, which was a shutout. So second Islander shutout of the week. Put up a 961, and he did pick up Cooley, who had 2 games on the week, but he did put up a win in 933. Then Veg got another win for him here. So some pretty balanced contributions and nets. One really carrying the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
anything?
good goalie stats help solidify that win, right?
Yeah, anything you want us to add there?
No, really close. That could have went either way. All the categories were close.
Yeah.
All the player categories except for hits.
All right, let's fetch me a drink. Dan winning 12-2 to stop Casey's roll of consecutive weeks and points. Uh, Dan now 5-2 in second place. Casey falling to 1-5-1 in 16th place officially now with Braden getting the win. Looking at the stats, Dan's goalies,
Oh,
only
look
two
at
wins
that.
on.
Did
What
not
was
meet
that?
his goalie requirements. That's free point.
Yeah. So even though it didn't matter on the week, Nashville's 1 game was not enough for Casey to get 3 starts. He only ended up with 2 and some really strong numbers too. Um, like 101 and 963. So one solid start there.
You got to
Could have
use your
flipped,
ads to
could have
pick up some
flipped.
spot starts, though. Like
Yeah, or up spot start, right? So, but
you,
Dan's players really punishing him too. 16 goals, 17 assists. Not getting assists though. Casey with 18, only 5 goals. Dan almost has as many game-winning goals as Casey had goals. Dan putting up 4. Um, Shots and hits weren't fairly close. Casey only winning by 3 blocks. Penalty minutes weren't close either. Dan by 29. But yeah, not going to help you any when the score should technically be 10-4 right now. Um, if you had one more goalie start, you would have taken those 2 categories. Potentially tied up wins, and it's a whole new
but
week.
Dan also wouldn't get the free shutout one either. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So it wouldn't have been. It would be 9-to 4.
yeah,
Yeah. So really swing 2 categories. I mean, there weren't really a whole lot, but
does no
still.
one check their team schedules like for the week? Like I knew Nashville only had one game
Yep.
because they just got
I
back from
typically look
overseas.
at who has the most games, who doesn't have enough or a lot for the week,
Yeah,
just to kind of look at my free agent pickups too. So yeah, I was aware as well. All right, looking at Dan's players who carried the way. Horvat still playing hot here. 2 goals, 14 PIMs, 14 shots, 2 hits. Really balanced offense here. Makar, 3 goals, 1 assist. Sider, a goal, 2 assists. Some really balanced depth stats. No, not one person, but really everyone just contributing to his win offensively. Darnell Nurse, 17 PIMs on the week, 2 goals, 1 assist. You're not going to get that all the time. Now he's coming back from injury now. But Talbot getting both his goalie wins, carrying the way here. Night with some good numbers, a lot of saves, but all 3 of them around 50 saves each, so some balance goaltending as well. Just Detroit getting the wins. Moving on to Casey's team, a couple guys with no stats here. Brat 4 assists, Heinonen 15 hits on the week, pretty solid week. Neckis 3 assists. But no, a lot of injuries really kicking his ass. Um, and he's really only running with Saros and Kochkov in nets. That's only 2 starts he got, but they both had a great start. But Kochkov now injured again, so hopefully he can pick up somebody to get some goalie starts this week.
I heard
Anything
he's
you want to
pretty high in
say?
demand. Koch is pretty high in
Yeah,
demand. Heard there's like
yeah.
five GMs after him, so
Well,
I heard the
goalie
price is not cheap either.
goalies are expensive.
Yeah, this one's like actually like a really high price, which makes sense because he doesn't want to move them. So
Yep, absolutely. You got to pay the price, right? Especially if they're not wanting to be. Uh, Now the match of the week, ending in a tie, which is upsetting Travis here. The Polar Bears, Sean, falling 4-1 and 2 in third place. and Trav is now 3-2-2 in sixth place. Um, Travis's goalies, 6 wins on the week, 176 saves, get four of the categories, uh, helping his way towards the tie, only getting shorthanded points and PIMs as well. This is a close one though, because it was really coming down to hits on the Sunday, and they tied in hits, and that is the reason they tied the week. And there
Travis picked up a
wasn't.
lot of hits on Sunday, a lot of
Yeah, well,
hitters.
we'll get to his trades, and
Yeah,
we'll see that he had to push for it.
yeah.
Plus minus was -3 apart, so that could go either way. But on a Sunday, that's not very much of a margin, but it's really you can't control that one, right? So Travis is going to target the hits. Looking at the hits here, Kurashev, 9 hits on the week, a goal and an assist to go with it. Um, Morrissey, 2 goals, 1 assist. Hughes, a goal, 3 assists. So a few teams here have their defense really pushed the offense. Olivier, 11 hits on the week. JT Miller, 4, 2 goals, 1 assist on 3 shots. Uh, and then looking at the goalies, picked up the Carolina third string with all the injuries there. Busey getting him a win. Lingering getting him 2. Thompson getting another one there. So Washington having some solid games. Thompson not with a good game, but he got the win. Uh, High scoring game, that one. I don't remember the score. And Hoffer not putting up some great numbers for him. Then go looking at TVT. I know he picked up Colton Dack on the week, put up 12 PIMs, 10 hits for him, -4 though. That costed the week there, that stat. Uh,
Need those hits though.
Hudson, 2 goals, 2 assists, 9 shots, 2 hits, 5 blocks. Uh, it's really balanced contributions. Demidov, 4 apples in the week, but 3 goals, 1 hit, 1 block. So really lacking on the depth stats. Goalie wise, Dostal 3 wins and Askarov 3 wins. So it was goalie keepers playing huge here. Salal 11, 37, and 600 save percentage. But no, Anaheim and San Jose really had a strong week, carried the way here to help them get that extra point against the top team, Sean. There you go. Do you want to talk about the predictions? How did we do?
You went 4 for 8. I went 2 for 8.
For 2 ties, that's not terrible. Because really we're out of 6 at that point, right? So 4 for
Yeah.
6, and you were 2 for 6. So still making up some ground on you. I don't know if I've caught up yet, but
I don't know. I didn't add up all those numbers. It's
all
not
right.
pretty though this year. Whew.
No, it's not at all. So I think the last time we recorded was like the 19th, right?
It would have been last Wednesday, yeah,
Uh,
or
did we talk
Tuesday maybe.
about the 6K trade to Domo? Did we
Uh,
talk about
yeah,
did
we
we talk
did. We talked about. Uh,
did we did we talk about the one with Travis? Getting Marchand, Meyer, and Truba?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I feel like we did. I feel like we talked about this one as well with Wallman because we talked about him getting moved a couple times. So I think this would be the first trade to go to here. Robertson.
No, we did talk about the Marchand trade. We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. I feel like we talked about the other two.
Yeah.
And Casey moving as goalies.
Well, there's our 10-minute warning.
All right. See what we can do here. So big trade here. Um, Myself and Daltrey getting in a deal. I traded Jason Robertson and 2 11th round picks to Daltrey for Marcus Johansson and 2 6th round picks. Um, Anything you want to say about that?
I mean, 2 6s is a good return, but what made you want to move on from him?
Just needing picks to be able to leverage to improve my second goalie. Yeah, felt like I was hitting a lot of roadblocks, not having enough pick options. So I decided to make a move and have some fun. I felt like it was a fair return. I'm not probably going to miss Robertson, but I have a plan.
Well, as long as you have a plan, I probably wouldn't have moved them.
Yeah.
But two sixes, I can't argue with the return. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here's another trade with me. Um, Trading away Brandon Montour in an 18th rounder to Nick. Raziv Byam in an 11th rounder. Um, Inquired about Montour. I was fine moving him. I feel like he's not really doing what he used to do in Florida still, in Seattle. He's for a second year there. So I was fine moving on from him. I felt like it was a good enough pick gap, and he just kind of threw away by him. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a good pick gap, and 11th for Montour. It's pretty fair in my thoughts at least.
yeah. I feel like he's happy as well with that, right? So else he wouldn't have done it. But here is one, including you. You and Domo getting a deal here. You're receiving Michael Backlund in an 11th rounder for Morgan Riley in a 5th rounder going to Domo. So what do you got to say about that one?
He needed a defenseman because he had an illegal roster. I
Yep.
had extra defenseman. I was happy to move one. I wanted an 11th for 15th, and he was happy to do that. And you'll see later on that the picks essentially got swapped back. So we'll
Yep.
talk about that when we get to it.
All right. We have just an ad drop for you here, right?
Yeah, because I had to
Trade.
use my final ad to pick up Comrie,
Yeah.
and
From
I
the
was
Winnipeg.
watching Duchesne because he was making the trip. He made the four-game Canadian trip and three out west and one against Seattle. He didn't play any of those games, but he made the
Oh,
trip with the
geez.
team.
Oh,
Like,
there for spirit.
there. He wanted to see if he could still play cards with the boys on the plane. Like,
Yeah.
but he's coming back soon, so I thought it was worth paying a one-round upgrade for to stash a guy like Duchesne who could produce.
Yep. No, it's not too bad. I It's an ad drop trade, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right, I got another one here with Casey, receiving Jake Wallman in a ninth round pick for Roman Yossi in a 17th rounder. Um, Yossi came back from injury, and Casey asked about him. I didn't really want to move him, but I said, if give me something like a ninth or a 17th, because I don't think I had anything later or really closer than a 17. So he's willing to pay the price. I was fine moving him. You don't really know what's coming back from injury like and Nashville situation. So
They're a bad team. Casey's like,
yeah,
I have the bad goalie on that team. I might as well get the best defenseman on that shitty team, and
yeah. So
who
the
only
only
had
two
one game
not
last
in
week.
trade rumors.
He's the one player who's not in trade rumors is
Yeah,
Yossi.
yeah,
Everyone else
yeah,
is up for
yeah,
grabs,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is great for me because
But
I've been holding on to Marshes so all season. And
yeah, and it's been slow, but might be worth it, right?
if he gets moved to a team who can score, well, fuck.
Yeah. So you know what? I I like to see Casey buying, trying to really improve his roster. It's been a few trades there that he's got a little aggressive with, so it's good to see. Here we go. Here's another one. Um, TVT and Casey going at it. Uh, Travis receiving Jimmy Snuggerud, Braden Point, or injured Braden Point, and an eighth round pick for Dawson Mercer, Slavkovsky, and a 17th rounder. What do you gotta say?
I don't like this one for Casey. Like, I
Kind of
think
agree.
one, he just got rid of what Meyer to clear out some of that Jersey clog on his team. Then he goes out and he picks up another Jersey player, and then essentially pays an eighth and point. You're paying to get rid of point. Point could have fetched you uh,
6 plus.
probably. From what I heard, I'm pretty sure it was in the chat. There was a GM who wanted him, who went after him, and then the next day, after it's being said that he's not available, Casey goes and trades him and an eighth to Travis for Slaff and
Slavkovsky.
Mercer. I don't like this trade for
Yeah,
Casey. I think he overpaid for what he got in return. Um, I if Point comes back, when Point comes back and starts playing like we know he does, This is gonna be a steal for Travis.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Well, I am with you. I know why he got Mercer. It's because he literally would have had only one center after trading Point away. So he needed another center to come back. But to kind of go with your New Jersey comment, yeah, that was kind of the motivation earlier in the year, right?
You shouldn't have
Um,
even traded Point. The center shouldn't have been an issue.
yeah. And then I do like what Slavkovsky brings. Um, it's just very different players. I think Point and Slavkovsky going each way was a good move for the team. It's just the rest of it I don't really agree with. I think they fit each other's team nicely for what the other one's lacking. But yeah, I like this one for Travis a lot more. Surprised to see this one come through, to be honest.
Yeah.
Another ad drop, another very expensive ad drop for you. You're getting paid with your ad drops this year.
Well, it was a
Uh,
guy I could have used on Sunday too. He
oh yeah,
wasn't.
but
He
we already know
wasn't.
you gave up on the week.
He wasn't an ad drop though. By the way, he was on my
Oh,
roster. Who we
you're
got?
right. You're right. Okay. So TVT picking up Foligno in a 17th for Snuggerud in a 14th. So paying 3 rounds for Foligno. I don't think he was hurt at the time.
He was not.
Um, but that's kind of the thing about these types of players, right? They're very in and out of the lineup at times. And he's one of those that when he's in, he's contributing. He's a beast. Um, so I know I forgot that he was even talking to me about this one, and he was pretty excited to get Foligno for that price. Unfortunate he's out already, but I like 14th for 17th. Fine price for a
Yep.
guy you want.
I was looking to just clear up a roster
Open a
spot,
spot.
cycle
Yep.
through a couple guys that I didn't. I had no more use for really. So
Yeah. Yeah. And then the only other non-ad drop here is Domo receiving Jackson Blake, the 11th rounder back that he traded to you in return for Dougie Hamilton in the 15th that you traded him.
so the
So
trade
there you
ends
go.
up being Hamilton for Riley
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. And I think they're both giving similar stats. Um, I think you're probably going to get a little bit more offense out of O'Reilly, but Hamilton, I think you'll get the deeper stats, but very, very similar in nature, right?
I like Hamilton a lot better because he just shoots the puck all the time.
He does get a lot of pucks on that.
And that was a
Yep.
decision, and I just feel I feel Jersey's offense when it's rolling will be better than Toronto's this season.
Yep. Calculated move that way, right? A real
Yeah,
pick exchange. So good on you to
yeah.
get the guy you want for free, or
I,
not
I had
free,
asked
but
him about Dougie a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
and he's like, "I'll let you know if I decide to move him." And he asked me if I was still interested. I'm like, "What's the price?" Like, same thing for Riley. I'm like, "Okay, well, let's do it." Like, I'm not
yeah,
losing out. Like, I'm really just exchanging player for player.
yeah. All right, we're gonna get cut out here though,
Yep,
so we'll pick it up for round two.
that's it. Stay tuned, boys. Oh, I almost ended the meeting here.